Hello everyone and welcome back to Sundays in the Garden. If you're new to the channel, my name's Sarah, and on this channel I share everything I get up to in my English cottage garden. I've got a kitchen garden area, and this year I took on an allotment as well. So I share everything I get up to in all of these spaces. And in 2025, I've been filming every single day of my gardening year. Yes, I actually have picked up the camera every single day of 2025. I think we're on about day 309, 310 of 365. I have got less than 60 days left of this year to go to film, and I will have documented every single day of my gardening year. When I set this challenge at the beginning of the year, I didn't think I'd manage it, but here we are in November and I'm still filming every single day. So I'm really hoping now I'm going to make it, and I will have documented every single day of 2025. By documenting every single day, I'm sharing the highs and lows of a gardening year, what I'm sowing when, the jobs I'm doing when, what's going well, what's not going well, things I'm learning. So if any of those things sound like things that could be useful to you, I would love you to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. It just means you get notified when I post a new video, and you can follow along with my growing year in 2025 and into 2026. In 2026, I've got quite a few exciting things coming up, and I will be able to share those with you at the end of this year when I do like a little recap. Hopefully at that point I can share with you all of my exciting news for 2026, but lots to look forward to. I'm filming this introduction on Tuesday, but let me jump you back now to Sunday so you could see what I was doing at the beginning of this week in my gardening year. I hope you can hear me okay because I haven't got my microphone on. We've had a lovely day. I have been teaching this morning. I have been to see a show with one of my old uni friends in it, which was super cute because it was like a kids show. So I got to introduce my boys to my uni friend and catch up with him, and I haven't seen him for 15 years. So that was lovely. It is now about 4:30. We're going to get some tea and then we're going to head out, I think, to some fireworks. If we do, I'll film a little bit of that, but we'll see because I'm not feeling 100% today. A bit coldy again. It's the time of year, isn't it? So it's been a busy day. I've just popped out here just to see how everything's doing, see if anyone needs any water. And I've noticed the garlic has shot up overnight. Yesterday the garlic was just starting to poke through, and today it's really showing a lot of green and a lot of life. So I'll show you that quickly. The onion sets in the trays have started to root, so whilst you can't see much happening above the surface, if you give them a little tug, they're not moving. They've got some lovely little roots going down now, so that's brilliant. And this week I've got a few things I want to try and sow. I might bring them inside just for germination purposes, for the warmth, and then bring them back out here again to overwinter in the greenhouse. Things I've never tried before, so I'll share that with you later in the week. And I do want to get on with some things at the allotment now, but it's been a busy time as always, so fingers crossed this week I will make some more headway at the allotment as well, and I'll take you with me if I do. But tonight is firework night, so we're going to go and enjoy seeing some fireworks with the boys who are still in that phase where it's all just so magical. Actually, when are fireworks not magical? I still find them magical. But yes, we're going to go and enjoy that. So let me just quickly show you what's happening in here, and then I'm going to head inside and go off to see the fireworks. So here's the garlic, and if you remember it last week, these green shoots weren't here at all. So it's lovely to see that they're starting to grow now, and that's come on so quickly. Let me show you the onions. This one's not rooting. Nope. Let's try this one. Yes, so this one is not budging. So we know that some little roots are going down, which is great. And then over here in the white onions, you can see that there are some actual roots coming off at the side here. So I'll probably bury those a little bit, but great to see the roots forming, and we should see some green shoots appearing on these this week. Pak choy are happy now they've been potted on. These ones probably need something doing with them, or a choice made. Spring onions okay at the moment down there, and we've also got the sweet peas up here. They are getting quite long, so I might pinch them out again. They have been pinched already, but we'll keep an eye on them and see how they do. I'm just preparing a snack for my little boys, and there are some strawberries that are kind of not great. They've gone over a bit. So what I did was I've cut some slivers off, and as you can see, there's seeds on the surface of the strawberries. So my plan is to dry these out, save the seeds, plant the seeds, and see if we can get some new strawberry plants, because that'd be great for the allotment to save me having to buy any. So I'll keep you posted on how I get on with these. I saw someone on Instagram do this exact same thing, and they got lots of lovely strawberry plants from this. So a great tip if you've got strawberries that are kind of going a bit funny in the fridge that you want to not waste, this could be a great tip. I'll keep you posted. Then Monday was a busy day of homeschooling and teaching in the evening, so all I got round to on this Monday was some seed tray washing. And you know that I like to keep it real on the channel and show what I'm actually doing each day of my gardening year. And on this day, it was just a seed tray washing day. And these jobs are not exciting, they're not kind of YouTube video worthy, but they are honest. And this is what I got up to on Monday, the 3rd of November, setting me up for some seed sowing later in the week. We've lost the cover, so I need to resecure this, but those Charlottes in the middle look like they're dying off and ready to come out anyway. Today's job, try to clear this area for a project I've got coming up later in the week. Okay, this is going to be quite a big job, so I best get started. Okay, so I've made a good start. I've cleared quite a lot to the left here and some on the right, so I'm kind of attacking it from both sides. And fingers crossed I can clear this area over the coming week. Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday the 4th of November today, and yesterday you will have seen me washing some of my pots and things, trays for sowing seeds, and today I am going to get on with sowing some seeds. So let me show you what I'm going to sow. The first thing I'm going to sow are these seeds from cauliflowers. These are delphiniums, and this is the variety here. I'm going to sow these now, even though it does say sow by October, because Nick, who is the lovely owner of cauliflowers, has suggested that they might still be fine to sow in November as well. So I'm going to sow some of these inside, then I'll bring them back outside. Another thing I'm going to sow is a first for me, and that is some of my granddad's cornflower seeds. Now, people who've been following the channel for a while will know that every year we collect the seeds from the cornflowers that are grown and then sow them again the next year. We've been doing this for over 20 years since my granddad first sowed these cornflowers, and he's no longer with us, but he was such a huge part of our lives, such a wonderful person. We miss him every day. So sowing these cornflowers every year gives us that connection to him, and every time we see them come up, it makes us happy and emotional. Every time we sow them, we get an amazing, rush and connection back through the years to him, which is just lovely. But we normally sow them on the 17th of March, because that is the day that he sowed the first cornflowers back when he started this whole tradition. So 17th of March is our normal day for sowing them. Sometimes I sow a few after that and a few before that, but never have I sown any cornflower seeds in the autumn for overwintering. But I've got plenty of seeds that I've collected from this year, so I thought, why not give it a go? Sow a few of Grandad's cornflowers in November. Actually, his birthday was 2 days ago, so November still has that connection with my granddad. So let's give it a go. Maybe next year I can sow them on his birthday on the 2nd of November and start a new tradition, if this works, of sowing some in November on his birthday and some on the 17th of March, as he always did. So we're going to sow some of these today and see how we get on. And the final thing I'm going to sow today is something I do sow at this time of year every year, but I'm doing something a little different this year. So I'm going to be sowing my broad beans. I always sow Gardener'S Exhibition and Red Epicure. They do brilliantly for me. Probably the Red Epicure sometimes do a little bit better than the Gardener'S Exhibition, but it depends on the year. So normally in November, I direct sow these into the kitchen garden. This year, I'm going to sow them inside under cover to get started, then plant them into the kitchen garden, and also some at the allotment as well. So I'm going to sow these today as I normally would in November, but under cover inside to transplant. So hopefully this will work just as well as it normally does when I plant them out directly. So to recap, today I'm sowing some delphiniums from cauliflowers. I'm sowing some of my granddad's cornflowers for the first time in November, and I'm sowing some broad beans. So let's get cracking, see if I can get these sowed in the next few minutes before I head in to look after my little boys. I would love to know in the comments which compost you guys use for both seed sowing and just general use at your allotments. I'm guessing many of you make compost, and that was what I was prepping earlier at the allotment with my cutting back, ready to put together those bays for compost bays and bins. But while I'm still in the process of getting that all started, if anyone does buy compost, I would love to know which compost you choose. So this is obviously a Boost Westlands compost, picked up very kindly by my mum and dad, who occasionally bring me some compost when they pop over, which is really kind of them. So I'll let you know how I get on with this one, or you'll see it on the channel. But yes, please do let me know if you buy compost, which brands you choose and why. Right, so I'm going to split this tray down the middle. In one half, I'm going to sow the delphiniums, and on the other half, I'm going to sow the cornflowers. And then in these little individual modules, I'm going to sow my broad beans, probably 2 per module. I'm going to get on with that now, and then I'll bring you back when I've finished. Okay, they are all sown, and I'm going to leave the broad beans out here in the greenhouse because they germinate just fine out in the garden in the cold temperatures. So they're going to stay in the greenhouse just covered. And then I am going to take the cornflowers and the delphiniums, which are in the same tray, inside to germinate. And I'll keep you posted on how they will get on. Ooh, it's very exciting. So these are my broad beans. The red ones are the red epicures, and there's 24 because I've got 2 per module. So there's 24 there. And then the same for the Bunyards exhibition. So I'm going to cover those and pop them on the side. These are coming inside with me. Exciting times. And then, after a successful and uneventful trip to the bird feeder for my robin friend, she was off to enjoy her evening away from the other territorial robin, and I made myself a lovely squash for tea using this harlequin pumpkin stuffed with cheese and garlic and tomatoes. It was really yummy, and of course I saved some seeds for next year as well. On Wednesday, it was back down the allotment with some bigger tools to spend just 45 minutes continuing to tackle this bramble hedge. Fingers crossed I can make a good dent in it today. Some people might question why I'm cutting down a blackberry hedge, and it's mainly because in the UK we have so many readily available blackberries, and I have limited space on the plot. We have blackberries all around the outsides of the plot, and you can get them on hedgerows and on countryside walks throughout the UK. So I want to make better use of this space and instead put our compost bays here right next to the greenhouse structure. Most of it's down now, but still more to do. Once home, finding myself with a little bit of time to spare, I popped some crocus bulbs into these terracotta pots. I love doing this because I know these cheerful little flowers will be so welcome in those cold, late winter days. Hello everyone! Hope you're all okay. It's Thursday today. I'm down at the allotment. I don't know what I filmed yesterday. What was I doing yesterday? Oh yes, I popped to the allotment and did some more cutting back, and then I did some crocus bulbs in the greenhouse. But today I have got my rake with me. I have got my snips with me. I'm going to carry on just cutting back that area that I'm trying to prepare. There's going to be a lot of digging over to do because that is the area I want my compost base to go, if I haven't already mentioned this earlier in the video. So there are plenty of blackberry roots in there which need to come out before I can put my compost base there. And today I've just had confirmation of something really exciting, which is something I won't tell you about until it happens, I don't think, because it might not come off for some reason. But it means that my greenhouse structure, the kind of frame, either needs to come down or move. I need to work out what I'm going to do with that, because I do quite like it. So I might be able to take it further up the plot or something and plonk it somewhere. It's not going to be used as a greenhouse because it wasn't working as a greenhouse for the previous person that was using it, and it's obviously not got a roof or any covering on it. So I might move it up the plot and use it as kind of climbing support, as I've been using this year, or I might get rid of it. It depends kind of what state of disrepair it's in when I try to move it, but it does need to move. So I've got my tape measure with me as well to measure out the space there, because I'm hoping something else might be going there in a few weeks' time, but let's watch that space in case it doesn't come off. The sun's just come out. It's been raining all morning, but I'm looking forward to getting down the plot and just being in the space because I love it here so much. So I'll take you with me. Let's go. So I spent a few minutes measuring up the old greenhouse structure in preparation for what's going here. And spoiler alert, I'm about to tell you because I realised you're going to watch the entire process anyway, so I may as well spill the beans. Okay, I've finished my measuring and I've decided I'm going to tell you guys what I'm hoping to put here. So fingers crossed, we are hoping to put a polytunnel here, but I'll let you know whether that all comes off properly in a few weeks' time. But that means there'll be space for the compost bays here. The polytunnel is actually a bit thinner than the greenhouse structure widthways, but slightly longer. So it should sit pretty much on the same footprint that I've got here, which is great because the ground is already pretty much prepared for it and ready to go. So we just need to make sure it's all nice and clear when we want to put it in. And that will be some great indoor growing space at the allotment, which is much needed. But it seems a shame to throw the greenhouse structure away, so if I'm able to move it and use it further up, I will. If not, then we will just have to break it down if it all falls apart when we try to move it. But you can watch all of that as we do it. That's all going to be coming up in the next few weeks, so exciting times ahead. Really love this time of year where you can get on top of big projects that isn't so much time to do when you're just concentrating on growing. So really looking forward to seeing how the plot takes shape over the autumn and winter. Okay, so this is where I've got to today, and it's actually nearly back down to ground soil level now, and I can see that there aren't too many blackberry canes in here. A lot of it can be dug out, hopefully. There's just a few large clumps as opposed to lots of small ones. So that is progress, and we're going to come down on Saturday and try to clear this area, take it all to the recycling centre, stuff that we can't keep. And then on Sunday, we are hopeful that we can build the compost bays. So watch this space and let's see how much we can get done over the weekend. Hello everyone, happy Friday. We've had a busy morning with a class. We've got another class this afternoon and various things going on today. So it's going to be a short day today. I am going to go and take you and show you the germination of the cornflowers I sowed earlier in the week, because some of them have popped up. And then I'm going to pop out in the garden and rake some leaves into a bag to make some leaf mould. And also I've got a few things I might need leaves for, both here at the allotment and in other places later on. So I'll collect as many leaves as I can, and then that'll be it for today, I think, because tomorrow we've got a busy day trying to get the area for the compost base sorted at the allotment. Lots going on, all very exciting. is Saturday and we're on our way to the allotment, and we are going to try and finish off clearing the area that I want to put my compost bays. I'm not going to film a huge amount because one, my battery on my phone isn't great and that's what I used to film, and two, we just need to get on with it. So if I'm concentrating on filming, I won't get the job done. So we are going to be clearing the area as much as we can, doing a few dump runs, digging out as many roots as I can dig out and that kind of thing. It's currently just nearly 1 o'clock and we'll lose light at 4 o'clock, if not before. So we're just going to do as much as we can in the next 3 hours. I'll give you a quick before when we get there, and then I'll film afterwards and update you. All right, see you in a moment. Okay, so this is where we're starting today, and as you can see, I've kind of got big piles of stuff that I've dug out and dragged around. This has got woodworm in it and it's all falling apart and rotten, and it was underneath everything, so that needs to go. So let's get cracking and see how much we can clear. This is the halfway update. I've managed to clear quite a lot while my husband has been running backwards and forwards clearing some of the stuff to the recycling centre, the garden waste. And we've now got a huge clump left to dig out. So I made a good start and my husband is finishing off the job. And this is where we finish Saturday, confident that we've got out all of those stubborn roots and really pleased to see the progress from where we were at the beginning of the week. This is going to be such a fantastic and usable space now, and it's all ready for tomorrow for us to build our new compost space systems. I just can't wait. As you can see, I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait to share it all with you again next week. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you are new and would like to subscribe, that would be amazing. Apparently there's a thing called hype you can do as well, and I'll see you again next